Alright, this is part two. Pardon me for banging on the desk. But the point where I left off at was the fact that he took up the cause of gay marriage before he took up. Now, if he this man is supposed to be of us, I'm just saying. Listen, I know slavery and everything happened a long time ago, and I understand that we live in a predominantly European-dominated country. So even if he was serious about reparations, I'm sure that it probably wouldn't pass the the either house. So, but that's beyond the point. They always, you know how sometimes it says, it's the thought that counts. Well, this man had nothing to do, nothing else better to say, but to tell black men how they need to take care of their kids, and basically how black women can do no wrong. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, I'm not trying to beat up on black women, but let's be real. Some of y'all are some straight up B's, and some of y'all are some straight up H's to the O's. Okay? And I've known good dudes who want to be fathers who have to deal with y'all nonsense. Now, I'm not saying that some black women ain't the backbone, okay? But let's be real here. The way the system is set up, according to the government structure that we're under, the black woman can destroy a black man with ease by simply invoking the court system. Um, and the system is set up where it's hard for look. I got two degrees, and I'm working a job barely making it. Okay, now this is the change that I can believe in. Before Barack Obama took office, I had a pretty good job making pretty good money, pretty damn good money. And 4 years later, I'm working, you might have safe minimum wage once you take taxation and inflation and depreciation and all those Asians into consideration. Pardon the pun. Didn't mean to make that rhyme. Though I am a rap, or, an MC by nature, but wasn't trying to rap there. Um, but my point being, this man has done absolutely nothing for black people. For black people to be on this man's nutsack like they are. I'm sorry. But in order for me to jock anybody, you got to be doing some serious stuff for me. You got to make it where my, rent or mortgage is paid, my car note is paid, and I ain't really have to come out of pocket for nothing. This man has done nothing. And do not, if I could, I'd slap the next black person that says, well, he's not the president of black people only. He's the president of the United States. Really? So why did Bush help out his buddies? Tax cuts, tax breaks. Corporations can put piss and doo-doo in your drinking water and not tell you, and you can't sue them. It's easier for a corporation to file for bankruptcy than it is for you. Oh, yeah, your boy George Dubs, he put all this legislation in action. Oh, yeah. You don't believe me? Look it up. That's why I always tell people, you don't gotta believe me. I'm putting it in your ear. Look it up. Do the research. Nah, rather get some bud. Rather get some chicks over. Rather drink, get the yak. That's my people. Simple as 1, 2, 3. Predictable as ABC. No type of intelligence. No type of thought. No type of reading in between the lines. There was about to be a revolt before George Bush left office. I mean, and it's not just black folk. Like, white folks was sick too. They were sick of their own. Okay, they was tired of George Bush after 8 years. They were George Bush weary after 8 years. And they put up a man of color who, for one, and let's not forget this, the whole Jeremiah Wright thing. Jeremiah Wright is one of us. This is the metaphor of it all, if you really think about it. But see, our people don't think. We react. He turned his back on a man he said was like his father of 20, well, I don't know how to come up to camera, but 20 years. Okay? If I know somebody for 20 years, I don't care who it is. I ain't turning my back on them. That's what they say in the street, real knuckers do. Right? So Obama's such yo knucker, right? But he turned his back on his pastor, who spoke truth, by the way. You can't go around the world killing, raping, torturing, stealing, and think that, hey, it's our God-given right to do so. And think that karma won't visit that ass. But listen, it's even beyond that. Because Barack Obama, if he was of us, and we know, I know he ain't of us. Because if he was a real brother, okay, if he was a real brother, he would at least put forth the conversation of reparations of the people that even to this day do the crappiest jobs that no one else wants, just because they're trying to put food on the table for their kids, especially black men. I see it on a daily basis. I saw a man who, he worked for the state, so I'm sure he's making a little cheddar, so I'm sure he's probably not even paying it no attention, but he don't even understand how degrading of a job he's doing. He's going around wiping the floor, and then there's a statue. And if you're in the Albany area and you've been into the Empire State Plaza, in the corner tower there's a little statue of a man on a horse, and I saw this one day, and it really, it's like the microcosm of black men in America who have to put up with the most bullcrap, the constant stress from ignorant women, the societal judgment, stereotypes, and we have to do it all with a smile. We can't be upset at all. We can't have a bad day, not at all. But let me not get too far off the beaten path. He was dusting a statue, and I saw the man, the statue, the horse has some balls. He was dusting a statue of a horse balls. And I thought about it. And I'm like, damn. We were once kings and princes in this world, irregardless of what the Europeans want to tell us. When you do the research, you'll see that the black man, or so-called black man, who's the real Jew, by the way. Just look at the description of Christ in Revelations. White woolly hair, feet burnt like fine brass, burnt as if it was in the oven. Either way, we were the kings of the earth at one point in time. And now, we're dusting floors, we're pulling garbage, we're doing the worst jobs you could find. Not just us, all the 12 tribes are. But I'm just addressing my tribe in particular right now, which are the so-called Negroes, blacks, Afro-Americans, African-Americans, whatever the hell they want to call us. And it's just astounding to me how we don't perceive, we don't even think. We go off our damn emotions. We some emotional ass people. We the first ones to be like, I'm gangsta. And then you speak the truth to them about how foolish they are, and they get so sick. Yo, you be judging me. You can't do this. These my people, though. I got no other choice but to love them. because we all we got at the end of the day. Yeah, I would love my people to not be ignorant. But oppression drives any man mad, any woman mad. That's what oppression does. It's written of in the Bible. It says thou should be mad for the sight of thy eyes. Read Deuteronomy, please, black people. Read Deuteronomy 28 all the way from 15 to 68. But y'all won't do that. You won't read the Bible. You won't read your history. You'll believe what the European will tell you. Yeah, y'all came from the seed of Cain, and yeah, you're cursed. That's why you're working for us. But Canaan rather. I might have said Cain, so I apologize if I said Cain. But Canaan, the son of Ham, was cursed to be a servant of servants. But the Israelites were prophesied in Deuteronomy 28:68 that they would be going back into bondage. So they say going to take you back into Egypt again with ships. But Egypt, if you do the precepts to it, means bondage or house of bondage. So the Israelites were going to go back in bondage by the way of ships. And kind of fast forwarding through it, they would be sold unto the enemies as bondmen and bondwomen. And no man shall redeem us. Sounds familiar? What people were taken on ships, sold on auction blocks as bondmen and bondwomen, and was taken back into bondage? Was taken into bondage. And no man has been able to redeem us. There's been some good people all through history who's been against slavery, but no man was able to redeem us. Why? Because the Most High put the curse on us. But we won't pay attention. We don't want to hear that. I'm gonna pick it up in part 3.